Monday, June 18th, 2018. I'm John Knox. I'm in Los Angeles. What is going on in the Chris Haskell case is not something that most people that would be out here with their kids really want to hear about. But we as activists in the geoengineering, weather modification community, we know what's going on. So the reason why I'm doing this is very short and very to the point. We need all voices. Now, maybe I was mumbling. Let me try that again. We need all voices to support Chris Haskell. Now, what Chris has been through has been very scary. As an activist in Tucson, posting anti-geoengineering signs by the thousands for years, he eventually gets framed on some terrorism charges, and he's now facing 25 years in prison. His trial starts July 30th. This is pretty scary stuff. So most of us in the anti-geoengineering community are keyboard warriors, and we're not really used to being out and doing things on the street as an activist. So when one of our fellow activists gets in trouble to the extent that Chris has been in trouble, it scares most people. I've experienced this firsthand. I mean, I'm diving deep into this myself. I'm willing to get my truck on the road and do a presentation to any activist group that will listen between now and July 30th. I know it's scary stuff. I'm a single guy. I don't have a family, don't have any pets. I live in my truck. I'm willing to go out and do this. Why? Because Chris needs legal defense fund support, and he needs awareness raised amongst as many activists as possible. Because if we let the people in Tucson, the city, the state, the FBI, the NSA, whoever it is, if we let them do this to Chris, if we let them railroad him into 25 years or even one day in prison, it will mean that when they exercise their First Amendment rights in the future, their freedom of speech in the future, they're going to have to look over their shoulders because the state may be unhappy, right? That is never a way that an activist, it's not a thing that an activist should ever have to worry about. Okay, it's Monday, June 18th, 2018. Now, there's one other thing I want to say. All of us come to the realization that this is super important at different times. So if you as a thought leader, if you as a platform runner, if it takes you a little while to come around to Chris Haskell's story, the importance of it, that's okay. As long as everybody eventually gets on board and directs all their people to help Chris. Send money to him. We'll have the PayPal information in the show notes down there. Support his legal defense fund. If there are any lawyers out there that would like to take Chris's case, which is basically a First Amendment case, please get in touch with Chris or Dawn for us, okay? Now, it's very important that you understand that no matter how fast or how slow you come to this realization, it's important for everybody. Every activist community is going to be impacted if this doesn't get answered, okay? No matter whether you support or you protest GMOs, you protest water fluoridation, if you protest geoengineering, if you protest fracking, if you protest 9/11 hasn't been investigated completely, if you protest Sandy Hook and the false flag shootings, no matter what activist group you are, if we let this precedent get set in Tucson, then everybody's going to be much, much more in danger from the state capriciously arresting them and then making the charges stick and daring them to go through the legal process. Okay, that's basically it for the moment. It's Monday, June 18th, 2018. I'm John Knox. Your common sense is what will get us all through this, so cultivate your common sense, and there's always going to be more and more reasons to stay curious.